I heard those explosions from here. What was that?
Oh, just us taking out a mining lander, a ship, and a commander.
As you do. I stand in awe.
Oh, okay.
Hello, hello, Guardians. Turn the mic on. That always helps. Turn the mic on. Hello, hello, Guardians. I am Ransom Rider, playing my favorite game, Destiny 2.
Hello.
Now, I want to talk to you for just a moment. Let's talk about this. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going total mouse and keyboard for an unspecified time. Now, I want to move about the map. How do I get my map up?
M. No. Tab. I don't know.
Tab. Obviously, that didn't work. That's my ghost.
If you hold tab, it should bring up your director.
Okay. Oh, and that disappeared before I could get there. Okay, what I'm doing... Okay, that did bring it up. Let's go over here to Devrim. I'm on a mouse and keyboard. I need to boil it right down and jump into the swimming hole fully. No tiptoeing in, jump in. So, I am on a mouse and keyboard. And I've been a controller player for many years. And before I was a controller, I was a push button and a joystick, as we used to say back in the olden days. I guess they're called an analog stick now. Are they all digital sticks? Is there any such thing as an analog stick anymore? I'm looking over there at the controller trying to figure it out. But my technical department has come in and I said, write me some notes about what to do and assign some of the keys. Some of the keys were not assigned. And they squiggled this out. Can you see that on camera? I got a few squiggles. It's all shorthand. I'm going to try to make sense of it. And I want to successfully navigate just gameplay. Mainly, I will feel accomplished if I get through a lost sector. Now, not a selectable lost sector, but a normal old lost sector. And, I'm not the smoothest operator. All right, you guys know. I am a senior citizen. And so, I'm not the smoothest. Backup is what? S?
S. But you could just turn around and move forward and basically back up faster than having to worry about finding the S.
Vanguards, I'm afraid that I'm going to have to be looking down here the whole time instead of looking up there the whole time. So, W is forward, S is back, A is left, D is right.
Yes. I'll watch your chat.
How do I jump?
Space bar. Oh, I forgot to mention that. Space bar, but it's the same in every game.
All right, it doesn't really say. I'm going to try to get close. Jump. All right, I have to jump and W at the same time?
Yeah. Send me a thing.
Ooh, no, I don't want you helping me out inside this, inside this thing. How do I pull that up? I hold tab.
You said you didn't want help.
Well, I mean, you can hang out, but
story changes. Yeah, it's tab.
Now, a lot of this stuff is like move the mouse and things work really fast.
Yeah.
They're really fast. Cheerios, hello, hello. Vanguard says all of us baby boomer gamers are counting on you. Don't line
Either way,
up
right?
behind me
Lead
because
up,
things
like-
might get rough right here. Okay, things might
Might
get
be going over a
rough.
bridge, everybody.
Now I want to just click the right mouse for back.
Escape would.
The
Or you
back
can probably even
mouse
click on
is-
dismiss if there's a dismiss.
Dismiss.
Yeah, is there like a dismiss on the screen?
Oh, escape. All right.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to continue to try this. This seems very. Oh, wait a minute. I've never gone this way. 10 years in this game, and there's a side entrance.
Yeah, it's been there this whole time.
Oh my God! This mouse.
I can't say.
Devron. Stay still, Devron.
Speak your mind.
Oh, I'm hoping I can just click
Hope
this.
it serves you well.
You might need to. I don't know. I think you should try and get used to it with whatever the default DPI is.
Well, are you saying this is DPI means what?
Your mouse speed, basically.
Oh, and okay, so you're saying just use the preset. Use the preset from the factory.
Yeah. Yeah, and just see if it does end up being too much, then we'll lower it. So I actually think right now it still has your PlayStation settings on it, because that stuff transfers between systems for some reason.
Why can't I change? How do I change my?
Weapon?
Okay, all right. I hit the
Mouse
little
roll.
controller.
Yeah. And if you
Okay,
tap-
I'm
if you
liking
tap
that. I'm liking that. And tab
you-
was to go to space.
you could do that. Or you can hold O. Oh yeah, no, tab. and
But
then
you know what? There's a lost sector right here. I'm feeling, brave. I don't want that now. I want to. Let's do this. Fast travel. Problem solved. Don't have to get out of that hole in that little structure. A news says Ransom just press W and shoot.
Yeah, all you need is W and then mouse
All right,
control.
let's see. Now shoot was what?
The left mouse. The left
Okay,
mouse
just the
button.
mouse. Just the mouse.
Yeah. And the aim is the right mouse button.
Golly, this thing is so fast.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll need more ammo. This is so fast.
You know what actually might help is if you turn down your sensitivity when you're aim down scope. That might help.
They'll never catch me now. Oh my, there it is, unused. Just press W and fire. Fire away. Fire away.
It's all over the
Fire
place.
away.
We'll cover aiming on the next.
What's my melee? I feel like I need to melee everything around.
Q?
What?
Q.
Q.
It's Q. It's Q. Yeah, the letter Q is your melee.
I did not do Cabal transport pod. Cabal transport pod. I've got to get out of here. Oh my God, my mouse is all over the place. I'm gonna need a bigger mouse pad. Bigger mouse pad. I don't think the enemy quite knows what to do with me.
They probably are very shocked.
Well, I was just watching Brad play on his live stream, and he was smooth as silk. It
Well,
was
he
like
had,
highly refined, hand-poured chocolate. It was smooth.
He probably had like 10 plus years. I was looking at his, not that I'm weird or anything, but I was checking out his Steam profile, and he's played for a long time, so he's got a lot more practice than you do. And myself, really.
Captain! Tormentor.
Sorry,
This
Q.
guy
Q,
tormented
so-
me for years. Q. I don't like Q. That's too far away. E for
But,
collect.
no, if if you have your middle finger basically should always be on the W, and so if your middle finger is on the W, your ring finger should be able to hit Q just fine. But and then that'll also allow your pinky to stretch and hit shift when you need to sprint. So it shouldn't be too far. However, I could keep, you have plenty of space on your mouse. We could just put all your abilities and stuff onto your mouse.
I need this mouse fine-tuned where everything's like at my fingertips. Why do I want to look at keys when I've got 12 buttons on my mouse?
Eventually you won't be looking at the keys. You'll know which keys to hit.
I've been typing for longer than you've been alive, and I still don't know which keys to hit.
Well,
You know, you occasionally have to look at them.
By the time I'm 90-something, I would have had way more experience with it.
I will say though that the gun feels faster. This weapon feels faster.
But you can really key you could key it all however you want to, really. So it's just whatever you want to do, and then just what you're able to remember, or at least train your muscles to do.
Well, what does my right click on the mouse do?
Zoom, aim, scope, it scopes.
So you really just are going to hold those down most of the time.
Kind of. With PC, it seems like your hits register a lot easier with hip fire, so it seems like hip fire is probably more common than hard scoping. But I don't know. That's just my personal experience of it. I do tend to hard scope no matter what game I play. And I don't know why, but that's
I just really don't think they hardly know how to handle a crazy old man on a mouse and keyboard.
No. Yep. Over here.
You know, chat, what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to just downsize because my monitor, you know, I grew up in America. Hello, everyone in England, India.
Oh, really?
India, thank you for coming online and supporting the channel.
Oh.
But I'm American. I'm an American guardian, and everything in America, we like bigger. We equate it to better. You know what I'm talking about, guys. Bigger is better. And so, how do I reverse this thing?
Yes. What do you mean?
Wait, reverse was what? S.
S. Yeah, how do I reverse this thing? Where's my backup?
You didn't take out my captain, did you?
Oh yeah, I sure did.
Now I came all the way down here to take the captain out, and you've destroyed my
phone.
phone.
Back up. I thought you were needing assistance. Sorry.
You destroyed my fun.
I'm sorry.
Fun destroyer.
I'm here to help you.
So I'm sweating already. Like, you know, it's 39 degrees outside, and I feel like it's 100 in here. Luckily, I've got some Titan water. Unused. You're not going to like it because I'm not doing any good at this. I feel like I need to move my mouse pad. And I feel like I need a really big mouse pad. Bigger is better. Bigger is better. But a big mouse pad right here would do the trick because I was off my mouse pad.
Go
let me move my pens. I don't want to cover up my little book. Now, if you're just joined, here's my notes from my technical department. And a lot of you know my technical department. Havoc, who is clan founder, and my original fire team, is also my technical department, not to be confused with Tectonic, who is a clanmate and friend. But I thought I'd be smooth. I really thought I'd be smooth. Can I get this to where I'll be smooth? But I feel like you hit on something, Havoc. I feel like I always feel like somebody's watching me. But I feel like, you know, putting everything on the controller, you know, I need to utilize every button on this. I need to utilize every button.
The only
BMVP.
thing I would not put on, the only thing I would not put on your mouse is your movement, because that should be standard on keyboard no matter. But all your abilities and everything else, yeah, you can keep your mouse.
Oh my gosh. This captain is going to eat me alive.
And you really just need to know where W is and how to fire a gun, and you'll be fine.
That wore me out. This was supposed to be easier.
I just gotta practice firing.
Now, collect. E for collect.
Yeah, you gotta hold it, I think.
All right, now what? Oh, Caspian. My gosh, it's good to see you. Where have you been, buddy? Where have you been? Prince Caspian. I've not seen you in a long time. TSK, hello, hello. But I want to do Lost Sectors. Now let's see. Was it Escape that gets me back to orbit? No, that wasn't correct. It was Tab. It was Tab.
They totally do. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at Tab. What are you trying to do?
Oh my God! Look, the quarry, quarry, as we say back home. Fast travel. I just hold that down. Now that popped up. Did everybody see that? That actually gave me a little diagram. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I'm surprised that I'm not already like going for a Dramamine, and a Dramamine, you know, helps you with motion sickness. I'm, you know, we're gonna go into this. I'm just falling. I feel like right click, you know, I should have jumped right there.
I'll wait until you try driving a Sparrow on the mouse and keyboard.
I'm not even gonna try to pull the Sparrow out because it's not written down in the notes. Run is shift.
Yeah, you just press shift in and it'll...
And also hold W?
Yeah, you just hold W and press tap shift once and you're running until you stop moving. But I will say this will definitely cut down on all the finishers you do. A lot.
Why would I want to cut down on finishers? They save my skin. I don't want to cut down on finishers.
I know it's been a struggle for you. Well, you can still do finishers. I'm just saying it'll cut down on the... Not key it on the same key as the other thing.
Now, Chad, earlier I was watching my friend Brad run through these at lightning speeds. Lightning speeds. But remember, this is a test of mouse and keyboard for a controller, player, and a joystick and button. Because if you don't know me, if you're new to my channel... First off, subscribe. Let's be friends. I need lots of friends. You can look at my channel and see I play a lot, and I don't have, you know, thousands of friends. And I need thousands of friends because I play a lot. But, you know, I grew up in the arcade where a quarter was big money. A quarter, you put the quarter in, you got gameplay, and how that worked. The better you were on a game, the higher levels you could obtain, the longer you could play on your quarter. So if you were really good, you could turn a quarter into an hour's worth of entertainment as the levels continued to progress and they would get harder and harder. The difficulty would increase. And thank you, chat. The difficulty would increase. It sounds archaic, but it was a lot of fun for us back in the day. And you had a joystick. I'm left-handed.
Thanks, Brad.
So I would pound it on the right and joystick it on the left. Pound it, joystick it. So that was how it worked. So you wanted your quarter to last really as long as possible. And, you know, I got my initials on Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Galaga, Dig Dug, Donkey Kong. Look, every classic that you might be buying now for $20 for a pack of 50 games, I played them all individually in big, gigantic cases in the arcade. And even though, you know, here's the even though. even though I grew up in a town that was population 500, the entire town was 500. We had a game room that was substantial with lots of arcade games, pool tables, a jukebox. I remember popping those quarters into the jukebox and you'd get like 5 songs. And back in the day, I absolutely loved to listen to Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. What was Saw You Standing There? What was that? Her big hit, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Somebody help me out here. I love rock and roll. So put another dime in the jukebox, baby. Well, a quarter got you 5.
What?
And yeah, I would listen to that and play games. Now, I want to select this, but let's work through this and see how it goes, because
Hold on 1 second. I'm getting this gun.
I need Barrier and Unstoppable. So let's open the map. Now, was that tab? No, that is the map, and I have the map. Tab it back. Tab it back.
Hit I if you're looking for your guns or whatever.
I.
Looking for guns?
Okay, I for information. Help me remember that, chat. I for information. Now, I'm going to need Barrier and Overload. Overload's an auto rifle. Barrier is a sidearm.
Stop barrier.
Oh, it's unstopped Barrier. So, hand cannon. Okay, hand cannon.
OG LAN parties. Split screen all the way.
Unstop is a hand cannon. I'm just, I'm scared thinking about it. Scared. Hello to everyone in England that hangs out with me. Shout out to all the Guardians and our clanmates who are from England. Thank you, thank you. Germany, hello to you. France and the Netherlands, Australia. You've heard me say I want my own Tasmanian Devil. We're going to need an expedition. We're going to need some Land Rovers. We're going to go find us a Tasmanian Devil someday. So, Unstoppable, hand cannon, Barrier, a sidearm. I'm going to need to rethink this. Sidearm, should I use this? Or should I make it, way more difficult and go Wish Ender for Barrier? And then I'm still going to need a hand cannon. And I feel okay with Zhao Li's Bane. Now, this is not your normal Zhao Li's Bane. You've heard me speak about these. If you see the little square in the lower left-hand corner of the weapon, I didn't buy that at the local 5 and dime. I had that made just for me. This is not your variety dime store discount retailer purchase. Custom made. This was from a fancy factory. All right, now that gives me that, and then I know they pack a punch in here. They do pack a punch. I want to punch them back. Having said that, I'm on a mouse and keyboard. Oh, TSK, thank you for that so much. Thank you for that. I've never thought that at all. I've never thought that.
Forces in the field.
Drew said he just started mouse and keyboard as well, and that he can't believe he ran into you on the EDZ after just finding you on YouTube.
Maximus, Drudimus Maximus. Well, first off,
funny.
Drudimus Maximus, hail to you, Caesar. Because I absolutely love your name. I just started mouse and keyboard as well. I can't believe I just saw you in EDZ. After just finding you on... We're friends now. We've bumped into each other in the real life and chat and in-game. That's destiny. That is destiny, and we are in destiny right now. Okay, so I think
cool.
this is solar, if I remember correctly. So let's use Briar's Contempt. I'm scared of this. I am scared of this. Now, how do I get out of this thing? I was information, so do I just I hit I again. I hit I a second time.
Yeah, you can do that too.
All right, E to
Let's
start.
chase them
Coming together. It's all coming
They
together.
think they'll spy
All
on
right,
my
now
territory.
Havoc's with me, but I'm asking Havoc to be on his best behavior and only save me if you see that I have a tiny sliver of life left. I don't want to burn up our tokens. I don't want to
No,
burn
I'm
up our
just-
tokens.
I'm Robin. Got it.
Crayon Eater? Hello, Crayon Eater. I don't know who that is, but hello. All right, E to start.
Crayon eater.
Now, don't judge me, but we're going in at 1830, okay? This is an 1830. Launch. Not lunch, but launch. I've got a big ice water here. I started working on it earlier. I was watching fellow Guardian and friend Brad take a clanmate through dungeons, and they were burning it up. And Brad was using solar, and he was on fire. You were on fire, Brad. But Brad did this lost sector at 1830, in about what 1 minute and 46 seconds. You might have beat that, Brad. Okay, you still have to hold this. Don't run up there. I mean, he's looking at you, Ransom. They're looking at you. They're spitting fire. These are fire spitters. Okay, change the weapon. Focus. Focus. I need to hit the canister behind his head.
You should not stand in the fire.
Focus and stay out of the fire. Use your focus. Use your focus. Why am I running at him still? And the little guy's trying to get me. Ah!
W. What are you doing
Ah!
W?
I said, don't let me die. And what did he do? He stood there laughing as I went down in flame.
You ran straight at him.
You're
What do you
not
want me
supposed
do
to
about
laugh. You're supposed to assist.
that? What am I supposed to do with you running straight at him?
Kill him before I get there. You've got weapons. You've got control. You have a controller. Be the guardian. Be the guardian. I'm in training. I am a blueberry.
Yeah.
Now, you finished him before I got there. That was mine.
You're sending mixed signals. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm leaving.
All right. Let me look. Let's get this old guy. And, of course, they threw Void Shield. Ugh, get out of the fire. I want to hit that button right there and punch him in the face.
What was 129?
The right button. Why? Ah, reload.
Why are you running into the middle of the?
I don't know. Ah!
I don't know why. Chat, let it be known. I am
Even
not
chat
using all
knows
these
you're
options.
dropping
It's
the
all
ball.
random. It's
Even
all
chat
random.
knows.
I can't log in as your computer and stop you.
That's
from
gonna
running
have to be
forward.
changed. That's gonna have to be changed
Listen,
now.
all
I
you
can't
gotta
live
do-
like that.
All you gotta do.
What
is
does the
don't
right one?
hit
Zoom?
W.
No, that don't need to be zoom. That needs to be my finisher or punch them in the face or something. Something
No,
deadly.
Those things will have to. The zoom and fire are standard for most shooters. So
What's
I'm
this
gonna
little
keep
button
going.
on the right hand side do?
Your
Oh, we don't
class-
have it set. It does
Your
nothing.
class ability. It's the lower button would do your wall. Your
Oh
middle
my
mouse
god, I'm using my... Ah!
button. Oh, button does grenades.
What button?
Middle mouse button. You just click on it instead of rolling it.
I don't even think you wrote grenade down. That's how concerned about
did.
my
I
safety
did.
you were.
I
You
sure
pay them
did. I
top
wrote all
dollar and they leave
I
you
forgot-
stranded.
listen, I did forget a couple of things, but they weren't important right now.
And Chad, I'm going to confess to you something. I had told my technical department, aka Havoc, that I'm going to need. I thought that was.
wrote it. Why are you dead?
I thought that little number was supposed to be the other way. It's D. I swear I hit D. E.
Oh, to go right. Yeah, D.
I was trying to get out of the way.
Yeah.
I think there's probably a science
You
to
know-
putting
you know
your
what,
fingers
actually, you know
on
what
these
you could do?
keys.
I don't know why we're concerning ourselves with having to learn where A, S, and D. Just hold W and move your wrist. Just move your wrist and turn around and run out of the things. You don't even have to worry about backing up. Just because you'll turn faster than the game will. So just turn and run if you need to.
I don't want to run from them. I want to run into them.
I know you want to run into
Oh,
them, but right
man.
now-
I want to... Now that's going down.
Get him, get him, get him. Finish.
Finish them how? I don't know how to finish them.
F.
She's going to take me down.
All right, get ready. Oh, look at you messing up. It's like Ransom's Blueberry all over again. Although Blueberry Ransom was not as good as this version of Blueberry Ransom. That was a tough version to
Swap Havoc out and get Caspian.
work with. Do it.
All right, now I'm not gonna blame Havoc for this totally incomplete list he's placed on my desk, because who
What do you
knew?
mean totally incomplete list? All you need to do is hold W, use your mouse to turn, and then fire and aim is the same, and you just gotta get used to where your abilities are.
How am I ever gonna make it through this hole down here?
You're doing good so far. You've only died 4 times.
Cause you can't. You have to duck. You have to duck.
Oh, I think it's control. I had meant to switch that to alt, but any of the controls, I think. It's CTRL. There you go.
And then I still have to hit W.
Yeah, how else do you move? Yeah, you don't move forward automatically, do you, normally?
Chat, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to share this with you. You want to know why PlayStation rules the gaming world? Controllers. Controllers.
I don't know. I feel like PC is pretty well matched with consoles. Although they are usually...
I know
priced
Sony has a computer department. How do I live without you? I feel like I need to use super. I don't know. I feel like the double keys. We don't have any revives. There's no revives in here. Findings. No, you're not finding a spawn location. You've left me here dead, game. How did I get my super?
Shift F. So for just normal F for finishers and then Shift F for super. I felt like it was a good button to use.
You should have taken them out, Havoc. Why did you hold back? We've lost this
too busy
match.
looking at my keyboard trying to tell you your keys, Ransom. You can't talk to me and expect me to shoot things at the same time.
So your keys aren't the same as my keys.
No, I switched all mine. Are you kidding me?
So if you played on my system, you wouldn't be able to know what the keys meant?
Well, no, I do because I set them. I know what the keys are.
That's crazy
But yeah,
town. That's
mine is
crazy
different
town.
Because I knew you wouldn't be able to handle my settings. No, my settings are pretty default except for a few things I switched.
Chat, what, thank you for that. Thank you. Now, what should the mouse, there's a lot of buttons on this. A lot of buttons. And I'm thinking a lot of these buttons need to do, I don't want to have to be using my fingers all the time on that because, it doesn't feel natural to have to hit W with that finger.
Well, that's definitely not going to change, so you will have to get used to that. It is natural. And you should be using your middle finger for W.
Well, natural for you and me and everybody else, it's not the same. It's not the same. I'm just saying, I want to program my mouse with the most functions possible.
For literally every game I've played on PC, so that just should stay standard.
They're selectable for a reason, though, Havoc. They're selectable for a reason.
We're not going too crazy and moving all your movement keys to where I don't even know where they are.
People in chat are nodding their heads, yes.
I'm watching chat and I don't see a single head nodding in the crowd there. I see you all. No head nods. None of that.
In fact, everybody's nodding their heads.
Movement keys. That's nuts. That's nuts. No, you're just gonna have to get used to the movement keys. But we can key all your abilities and stuff to your mouse. That's fine. Just where you'll I don't know if that's a good idea.
Now wait a minute. How do I fluoresce this? How do I fluoresce my gun for stop unstop?
You have to hold aim like you normally do. Just hold it until it glows.
Oh my gosh.
It's still as slow on PC as it is on console. I feel like almost even.
All
a little
right,
bit
now
slower,
I want to go slower.
Nodding no. Capus, thank you. Nodding no. Don't do it.
Stand back. Stand back. AS.
No, just use your wrist and turn around and run back a little bit, and then because you should be able to turn that into a small motion there.
No, I should be able to finish that one.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm missing every kill. Flores.
Back up.
They're firing grenades at me. I take a grenade for ya.
You gotta get the connection now.
Thank goodness he doesn't heal. Thank goodness. All right, I'm making haste. I'm making haste. Another one.
I think that's the same one. Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's a freebie. That does not count against my score
No,
because
well, I mean,
he didn't
but it
truly
was a
get
magna
me.
burn.
It was a magna burn.
Yeah. Magna.
Yeah, he got me with a magnum burn.
Yeah, that
and,
backpack blew up. I heard it.
that doesn't truly count against me.
Oh no.
Wait a minute, it's W. Okay, I was not hitting the right key. Is that D?
Yeah.
And A? Yeah, okay. D and A. D and A. D and A. Ooh! Don't mash them together or your character's just dumbfounded.
Yeah. And shuts the whole system down.
That's wore me out. That's wore me out. That's like doing a week's worth of laundry in 30 minutes. W. Let's slowly progress. Let's slowly progress. Now, if you've just joined, I'm using a mouse and keyboard, and things are tragic here.
No, you're doing really good given the circumstance.
Ah!
You're doing a lot better than I thought you would, actually. So far, it's actually not bad. I was actually. Really
Oh my god, I've ruined that, and I needed that.
D1 ransom. That would have been. I don't know if I would have been able to handle that with the amount of patience I don't have anymore.
I totally, that was my fault. I ruined that. Get out of here. Back up. Move. Do something. She's got you in her sights.
Throw your wall down.
Throw a wall down. How do people do it? You know, I'll tell you somebody else who's really phenomenal on a keyboard. Speakeasy Bob, if you're out there listening, you play a keyboard, I mean, you're smooth. You are smooth like a freshly frozen pond. Slick, just slick. That's how good you are, Speakeasy Bob.
Gonna go in and get the
No, I'm gonna try to get her. I'm trying to get her. Just give me a moment.
Okay.
Give me a
Okay.
moment.
Well, good. You got me dead. There's your moment.
Why would you run in there and face one like that? You know she's rambunctious.
Because I don't know how to back up, Ransom. Oh my god, I ran into it again! Why didn't you tell me I was spawned in the wrong way?
Is everybody seeing that? Is everybody seeing that?
Seeing what?
Havoc sees that I'm in, I'm in firing. I have her in sight. What did he do? He moved exactly in front of me.
The arrow is going right through me and still hitting her. You're fine.
Now,
You're fine.
keep in mind, we've been playing together for, 10 years inside of Destiny.
I'm just gonna be a distraction. You just get her.
She's going to heal now. Now she's going to heal.
Ducks at the...
Stun her! Stun her!
I don't know how. I don't have a ranged weapon. All I have is a sword. What are you doing dead?
I couldn't get her to stun. She's that kind of woman.
Okay, you're gonna distract her, and I'm gonna go and get her.
No, ma'am, no. Ah.
Okay.
That's it. That's it. And I thought we were going to clear it this time. I thought we were going to clear it.
Oh my god.
Gosh. Well, I got 12, so there's that. All right. All right. Okay, now how many minutes did I do? I promised 30 minutes. That's 41 minutes of torture. We're going to do something right here. I swear I'm not as bad as the digital shows that I am. Because, chat, we don't take that. Not where I grew up. They may think they're safe. A few Christmases may pass. We're coming back for them. We're coming back for them. And I'm coming back right now. She hit me. She hit me hard with that nasty weapon of hers. We don't know where she got it. Keitel, you need to send an investigative team down here because a lot of your, Red War Legionnaires, they're going to be done for. They're going to be done for. I have switched over to controller. I did my 30 minutes. Let's go in here and let's show them what the light can do when we are properly equipped. Stay with me, Havoc. Lay down the law and let them know we don't take it. We don't take it. Now, I love a good grudge match. There's no mercy in any of my missions. If you see me out and about, there's no mercy. I feel like we have to take it out on somebody because I did the story mission today and Riven's gone. And Riven and I, we were bonding. We were becoming friends. So that saddened me. It saddened me to see her leave without really having the ability to have freedom. Riven wanted freedom. And I'll tell you what we share with Riven. We all want freedom. We want freedom from oppression. These aliens have come in and they think that they're going to take over our solar system. Cabal. Red War Cabal. The Red Legion. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. I'm here to say no. And that felt good. That felt doubly good after what they did to me. Now, her barbed wire headdress, that's last year's, ma'am. Do better, wear better. Get a better shader, too. I want Keitel to give some new uniforms to her crew because they look too much like the old crew. Now, I'm still on computer. I've just, I turned on my PS5 controller. And I am told that PCs really work better. They work better with an Xbox controller. Now, Havoc, you hooked up an Xbox controller to your PC. How was it? How was it? Give us the lowdown.
Yeah, it was okay. I just don't like the Xbox controller.
Unused.
It's,
I want to go
what's sticking
into
into my hand.
Mayhem. Let's plan something for Saturday. I want to do teamwork inside of Mayhem. I want 6 warlocks with osmiomancies. 6 warlocks with osmiomancies. That we want to go in with some hunters and everybody use stasis.
Oh my God.
We want an assortment of fun.
This guy's stunned. Well, I tell you, I've actually really been liking the whole mouse. I do have to switch sometimes for raid bosses with Lament because Lament's kind of crazy, but other than that, it is kind of amazing.
It took that thing forever to Flores.
And I had to reload. There you go. Get him.
Remember, get the tank on the back. That's the money shot. Get the money shot.
Not when I'm next to another guardian. That would be nice.
But remember, it will explode in your face. It's going to explode in your face, so be careful.
Always gotta reload. I wish every gun came with auto reloading. I'm gonna die. Haha. Bye. I'm leaving.
Wow, he got me anyway. He got me. You're a bully, sir. You're a bully. We're going to knock you off that swing set. Wait a minute. That's from my youth. Wrong. That's my youth. We're going to knock you off that swing set. Oh, there's 2 of those?
Yeah.
It'd been a while, since I'd been in here. I forgot about the second one coming out.
Yeah, me too.
And I really should have used, a rocket launcher because solar would
my
have been
God.
good here.
I got the 2 unstops coming back behind the thing. To your right. Oh boy. Where are you?
I'm up here taking her down.
Okay, so we're just gonna leave the unstops?
No, this is a barrier.
Oh, okay, so we're just gonna leave the unstops on the ground?
No, I will stun them if you don't have an unstoppable on you.
Well, there's 2 of them. I can't take both of them right now, no. I can... I did not know I can cloak in. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I'm dead. I didn't know I can cloak and strand at the same time. Get him, Ransom. Get him. Ooh, ooh. Oh my god.
They're coming for me. All right. I will continue to work on mouse and keyboard because I know that greatness awaits. Greatness awaits.
great.
Now, part of me really, the fear of failure, right? The fear of failure. I don't want to fail. I don't want to fail at it. So, but
How else
if
do
I never
you-
pick it up, I mean, failure is imminent because I will never have achieved it.
How else do you learn?
So you can't. We need to correct that. It's not failure. It's really. It's not failure. It's really a learning experience, because even though I did not complete this lost sector, I did not complete it. I was, fearful that I would not, that it would, but it was actually not as awful as I thought it was going to be. It wasn't that awful. But I will need a lot of practice. I mean, I'm not going to mislead you guys. There was no showmanship there. It was tragically inept on the keyboard and mouse. I just simply, and I can't be looking at that little pad up there. Now, years ago, when I was, first, a new person inside of Destiny, and I had the controller in my hand. You heard me in this broadcast talk about using just, a joystick and a button. And Havoc was like, no, you need to use one of these controllers. And I had kept, consoles in the house from all the way back from like the first PlayStation through all of them, all the PlayStations and computers, but just never really had the time because I worked a lot, and it kept me away from the gaming world for a really long time because I just worked a lot. There were days where it was 7 days a week, and I traveled. I was lucky enough to travel all over the world, and I got to travel and just see the sights and really loved my work, so never felt like it was awful. I loved my job and lots of travel, but I didn't get to play with those consoles. But when I would come home for holidays and, just a few days here and there, maybe 3-4 days at home, if family or friends came to visit, I would say, hey, there's entertainment here for you, because I would be wore out. I'd be like, I need 3 days in bed to kind of recover. And they would entertain themselves. And I remember during that period, what was the one where Guitar Hero came out? The Wii? Who really launched Guitar Hero? I think it was Nintendo, right? Who knows? Chat, what was it, Nintendo? Because I remember having the Wii, I remember having Wii U, all of those, and I remember the family being here.
PlayStation.
And we actually had those.
Activision and Harmonix.
Who was it, Brad, that had who had Guitar Hero?
Activision and Harmonix.
Okay, but would I have played it on a PlayStation?
Yeah, I think it came out on like Wii, Xbox, PlayStation.
I remember playing something on Wii. Maybe it was Dance something. I don't know.
It was on the Wii too. I remember having it.
I came downstairs and the whole family was piled up in the game room, and they were all playing Guitar Hero. And man, oh man, some Foreigner came on. I was bit by the Foreigner bug. What is it? Dirty White Boy. Play that funky. No, let's see. Dirty White Boy. Something like that. How does it go? And I was like, give me that guitar. I'm going to slam down. I'm slamming down on this thing. Well, I missed every note, but I had a good time, and they all had a laugh, and I did too. And for 3 days, we were like playing Guitar Hero, daylight till dark. And I remember at one point when we were all playing it, somebody found a YouTube video of this kid who was, like a Beethoven, basically. And he hit everything in his little video. And YouTube was in its infancy, so there was only like 50 videos to choose from. But he was one of them, and we all sat amazed at how good he was on Guitar Hero. And that could have been a PlayStation. It could have been the Wii. I know something was popular on Wii at that point. I don't remember what it was. But PlayStation, if that's what we were using, it was a white guitar. And, we had to take turns with that, and just everybody wanted to play their favorite songs. And I remember my nephew, just being a rock star. He was a rock star. And the selection of music was absolutely, I know people today, Grand Theft Auto, I've played it, I'm building a nightclub, but Grand Theft Auto has phenomenal music. Well, Guitar Hero had the same phenomenal music. And I think you still play Guitar Hero, don't you, Brad?
On occasion.
Now, did
guitars,
you
like,
play
broke
Guitar
and
Hero?
It costs like 150 something a piece right now.
No, not really. I played it like once or twice, but
Checking.
I didn't get too into it.
But I got to spend a little bit of time, hanging out. And then, of course, I had to go back to work. And I think it was, a trip somewhere, maybe Hong Kong or the Philippines or Korea or Vietnam, somewhere like that.
Why that's the thing.
Germany, I went to Germany multiple times. But the time I got back where I was on another vacation, Guitar Hero had phased out. And something else was big on PlayStation, and PlayStation, was introducing something. I think they were transitioning. Like PlayStation 3 was still the hot console, and Wii was kind of on the way out then. And I remember I guess Wii U, but it never really caught on that major. And I just missed out on that gaming. But to loop that back around, here's where we turn the car around. Havoc said, this new game, you're going to like it. And I had said, I don't want to see anything pixelated. I'm just not into any of the pixelations. If graphics are good, I would get into gaming again. I would get into it. And that was right when Destiny came out. And I said, all right, I will try it. You load it up here on this system and let's see what it looks like. And I think it was available. There was no crossplay or anything like that. But
No.
I think we loaded it on Xbox at the time because I had made a switch to Xbox consoles at that point. And loaded it up. And I said, okay, I'm going to watch you play a game. Do whatever you're supposed to do inside of Destiny. And he said, okay, here's what I'm doing. And it was a strike. It was Commander Zavala, just as you see him today. And Havoc went forth, and I said, okay. And he said, here, take the controller. And I was like, oh my gosh, there are so many buttons on there. The guitar I had been able to relate to, because, you grow up banging on a guitar trying to be a rock star. But the controller was a whole nother story. And Havoc worked with me for really months. It was months. I do not exaggerate. I am not embellishing. There's no puffery here. Havoc worked with me for months. And I needed months. I needed more than months. But one day during the Taken King period, I was on the Dreadnought. And remember, I had spent hours upon hours in the Cosmodrome just practicing in public play spaces. And I really just thought, I will conquer this game. I will conquer this game. I will not let this beat me. And work had phased out, and I was really in my senior citizen retirement time. So I had a lot of time to devote to it, and I would be talking to Havoc, and we would be working at it. And the first, real thing, we went into a strike together, and just a couple of days later, Vol joined. You've all seen Vol play with me in game. Vol joined me. I've been abandoned and nobody said a word. I'm here by myself.
It dismissed
All
me
by myself.
it dismissed me when you went to orbit.
But Vol then joined, and we had an absolute blast inside the world of Destiny 1 and getting that content and going through. What was the one with all the fallen? I can't remember what it was called. Not Siva. Okay, but the ones before that where we had to deal. House of Wolves. the servitors, the House of Wolves, you know, all that kind of thing. I remember going just back into the Cosmodrome to practice, and I think I had to load something up. You couldn't just select it and fly off to it. You had to go back to space, come back into it. And I mean, God, has Destiny changed, chat? Destiny has changed so tremendously. Ledge Assist. Do I need to say more? Yeah, okay. Linear fusion rifles. Yeah. Think about those. Think about Strand, Stasis, all the fantastic things that we have inside this game. Would you, if you skipped forward from 2014 to now, would you really, you know, you would recognize the game because the characters remain the same. The guilty are still guilty and the innocent are still fighting. But you would think, wow, this has so much more to offer. Because it is something else. Now, there were a few things lost. Warlocks and self-res. You know, long may that rest in peace. But did Warlock and self-res save me? Yes. Vol was a Warlock. Havoc was a Hunter. And I was a Titan. I was born that day in the Cosmodrome as a Titan. I can't do this one. I refuse to do this.
Then there's no time to waste.
I apologize to my fellow Guardians that I left standing there on Mars and all that sand, but I don't want to do that. I just finished that up not too long ago as a Grandmaster. Give me something good. Give me Lake of Shadows. I'll just choose my own. But that was really... Oh, wait a minute. I like Navoda. Where's Navoda? Let's get her going. Let's rev her up and see what she can do, the Disgraced. Now, let me send an invite out and see if somebody wants to go in with me. Because today, Guardians, we have crossplay. There was no crossplay, you know, when this initially came out. I don't even remember really when crossplay came about. But it was major. It was major.
When the Cosmodrome came out.
So I was thrilled about it. Beyond Light, Brad says, and Brad's like a muse. Every time Brad has bits of information that he just carries around with him. It's not an encyclopedia. He doesn't carry those big books of Destiny lore. He has it all right up here. And it's phenomenal to get to hang out with somebody like Brad because he's just awesome. Same for Havoc. You know, Havoc remembers puzzles in D1. And D1, I was watching Brad go through Ghost of the Deep, you know, cross that off. I never want to be in there again. But I was watching Brad's live stream. Why won't this let me launch? Okay. Nobody's going to join. Nobody's going to join.
I started working on the Discord.
Oh, okay. I'm
sorry.
He, you know, I've been phased out over there, but
I hear. I'm still listening. I'm here. I hear you.
You know, Brad remembered. He remembered the way forward. He knew the path. He got through there. He jumped into the methane and he fell down without dying. You know, had he been serious, he would have been deathless through that. But he was having a good time with fellow clanmates and. I said, I don't even remember this. And I actually texted Brad in his game and said, I don't even remember, you know, what would need to be done here. And then as he approached the boss arena, the final battlefield for the Ghost of the Deep, he knew all that stuff too. And I had just totally not remembered a lot of that. You know, I would have to go in as like a newbie, have a refresher, even though I did that 21 times to get Artifice armor. I had pushed that out of my mind because I never wanted to think about it again. But Havoc can go in and we can do a puzzle that's not been worked on in years, I'm telling you, and he will know what needs to be done in a puzzle. And my main thing is I want to have a good time. I want the enemies to line up, and I want to shoot them down.
Disgraced?
That's gunplay. Gunplay. And I want the chest. I want every chest to pop open automatically for
She'll
me.
be desperate to prove herself.
Don't make some chest open automatically, and then some chest you have to hold square to open. Make them all open automatically. Bungie, are you listening? I need you to do that for me. I'm going to have a chat with designers, developers, and
Lots of movement ahead. Be
product
ready for
people.
anything.
Get those chests to open. But I love the game, and I love how it gave Vol and Havoc and myself a really fantastic hobby. And gaming's a hobby. And it's actually, chat, it's an expensive hobby. You know, if people think, oh, gaming, well, listen, gaming's an investment. You see these people on consoles, high-end consoles, and you see people on high-end computers. That stuff is an investment, really. So when you're a gamer, don't let somebody say, oh, you know, that's so frivolous. No, sirree, it's not. This is a billion-dollar industry. It outranks Hollywood and the NFL combined for revenue generated. So stand back with yourself. Gaming's important. We love it. And we're not all going to grow up to be, you know, crazy town with an axe. You know, that's not how it works. Gobs of fantastic people inside of gaming. I know because I have met hundreds of them. Should I be in here with... I need something with a punch. See that? I need to be able to punch him and knock him into next week. But all it just boils down to is be glad you've got friends to play with. If you don't have friends, you know, grab some friends. We have a really phenomenal clan. We have great people in the clan. There are times when we have vacant spaces because people come and go. They come and go. And that's all right to come and go. You know, I have come and go in the gaming world. From the time of Pac-Man until today, you know, there have been lulls for me. But now Destiny has kept me interested for the most part.
Fallen raiding party ahead.
With the exception of the, you know, like the 3 years I felt like I was having to play the Red War over and over and over again. I don't lament the Red War being gone or removed. I know a lot of gamers, Destiny streamers, content creators came out and said, oh my gosh, they've removed the Red War. Well, goodbye to the Red War. I mean, yikes. I played that thing. Now, you know, they needed just a little condensed. We had this war once. We barely survived. There's still a bunch of them hanging out. It was tragic. It was awful. But now we have allies because of it. You know, a little history. There needs to be like a selectable 30-minute movie inside of Destiny that says, hey, do you want to know some of the history about this game? Would you like to do a little catch-up, you know, mini movie? And I would be all for that because Bife, I think he's probably the go-to content creator that has the full history of Destiny in a movie. Basically a movie. I mean, it plays like a movie for the most part, and he's got one of those smooth European fancy voices. You know, he's very fancy in his accent, and I love listening to it, and I have listened to it. I follow Bife. And if you don't follow Bife, check him out. He's phenomenal. You would have a good time following him. But friendship, gameplay, having a good time, and just progressing as Destiny progresses, I've grown. And it was thanks to really good Guardians like Havoc and Vol and dozens others of you that play high-end content with me. And Brad, probably like in the last year and a half, I know Brad's been hanging out with me and playing with me for a good while, and that's always appreciated. Be good to your fellow guardians and get those revives. Get the revives. It's important. Now, you often hear Havoc and I talk about revives. Yes, I'm a reviver. I am in a race when this all ends. You know, when the light has fallen and the final shape takes form, Havoc and I are going to look. Stellar, you were great in the dungeons. I was watching you. You were phenomenal. I was watching on Brad's live stream. You just did an excellent job, and I want to recognize you for being a great guardian. But, you know, those friendships, they're long-lasting, and don't be disappointed if some of them aren't. I've played with people that I have played with, you know, for over a year, and life changes come about, and they might not get to play with you as much. Or, you know, you could have a falling out. You could do something in a raid that they might not like. You know, maybe you pushed them off the edge and they didn't get to revive. Who knows? Don't let it get to you. Move forward and just try to do the right thing. That's my soapbox. I love to get on a soapbox every now. I get soapy. But I love the game, and I hope that my passion shows through and that you're passionate about the game. And even if it's just strictly, totally a game for you, come and hang out. We'll game together.
Not with the brood.
Now, this is Navoda. She's a disgraced hive.
No choice.
How did the hive get disgraced? By being a failure?
Energy signature.
Well, why do they
That's
keep
her.
trying
That's
to bring
Navoda.
Crota back? Why do they try to bring Oryx back? You know, why isn't Sivu Arath down here hanging out with Navoda? She's disgraced. We robbed her of her power. We cut off her ability to go to her throne world. So, yeah, you should be disgraced too, Sivu Arath. And in fact, you know, you heard me talk passionately about Savathun today. We took her down. Savathun girl, we knocked that crown off your head, and we run amok on your throne world. We took you down. We left you for DED. You've had a to-go box from us several times, Savathun. So why is she not down here disgraced? If they believe in the sword logic, which is basically may the strongest survive. Okay, I got you, sir. I got you, General. Don't you go nowhere. There's a revive for me, Havoc. There's a revive. But sword logic, which the Hive live by, is basically the strongest survives. And if that is the case, and like we, you know, then become whoever we defeat, we take what was theirs. You know, we should be owning the Hive at this point. Like, where's your home world? I think I own it. I think I beat all your rulers. I beat Sivu Arath. I beat Savathun. I beat Omnigul.
2,000 of them.
I beat Oryx. I beat Crota. Who else do I have to beat for you bunch of crazy town aliens to realize I won this? I have won this battle. Get out of here, Navoda. I took down your whole family. She's probably related. I think they're all related. Not just as a species, but just like they're, somebody's third cousin. Oh, Stellar, you absolutely pulled your own weight. You know, you did your deed, and it was golden. I actually really enjoyed watching you play. And those dungeons, they're always a good time. I actually thoroughly liked Warlord's Ruin. Now, I came to get into my live stream, so I did not get to see you finish up. What am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I not using... Mistakes have been made. Mistakes have been made because I need this. I don't want another sidearm. Let's get a shotgun in here. And I really need to change that out and go with Synthoceps. Let's do this. All right. And then let's just change a gun. Let's put this in. No, I need to do this. Leave the shotgun. Leave the sword. Now, I have no ammo, right? No ammo do I have. But I still have my fist, and I've got Synthoceps in. And ammo is lying around, generously left on the floor by the Hive, who dropped it as we knocked them out. Hello, Navoda. Hello. I'm going to give her a ticket to see her sister, Omnigul. All right, how I got off tangent about all that stuff, because the keyboard brought back memories of, you're inadequate. You're inadequate. No, you're not. You just need practice. And if you ever feel like you're inadequate in this game, don't feel that way. You just need some practice. That got her out of here. Thank you, Bloodline. Thank you. Now, oh, she went down there? Guess what? I'm going to do this on her. Watch her run and hide. Ma'am, I can smell you from here. You smell of old cheese.
The danger in Hive logic, but also its flaws. You've proven that the path to victory comes only from the light.
I do really like the game, and I have a good time in it. It brings a lot of joy to me. So come on in, hang out, be friends. So that was Navoda. I feel like, you know, she's a good time. Is she as rough as Omnigul? No. And I went and played Omnigul not long ago. There's a video of it on my channel. It's called Legendary Strikes. And I had a really good time facing her. And she was tough, you know, even just on the Legendary version. And I think at some point there was a more difficult version of Omnigul. Havoc, I know, is working inside of Discord. But there definitely was. D1 had a really difficult version of Omnigul that we had to learn. You know, you had to learn the tricks, the ins, the outs, where to stand, when to go, those little safe spots. I remember hiding behind some railing, and she would be blasting me with those arc hands, you know, arc fingers, just frying me. And I would run and hide and, you know, reload my weapons and hope to get another grenade built. Because there were not a lot of roaming supers. There were not a lot of roaming supers.
Yeah,
and
you want to talk about PTSD? That was the mission.
And you'll hear a lot of streamers and content creators, when they have history inside this game, you can bring up D1 and its highlights and lowlights. And Omnigul's mission will actually come up as both. You know,
I think it was a good mission, but it definitely took a long time it seemed, for us to like hammer down. But it could have just also been a combination of things.
Yeah, it had some rough times to it. I mean, it really did. All right, now what I'm going to do, I want to use, okay, first, before I go into this, I want a color shader that I have not worn in a very long time. Let's go back about 200 years and find something that I don't wear often. And I want to put it on. I'm going to put it on and I'm going to go out. Now, my philosophy, oh, you know, I'll take that. Rivalry, Black Sand. Word of the day, rivalry. I am going to wear this because I'm kinda liking it, and I didn't plan that. I just happened on that. Yeah, I'm liking it. All right, I want to go into just this little O-Strike. I did this, not long ago, but I still really like it. I just think it's fun. It's paced well. The lows are smooth and the highs are good, and it's on Nessus. Now, I know I talk about get paid. But for some reason, I don't like to fly over to the right side of the map to visit Exodus Black. Had
Nice.
Exodus Black been located right here at Artifact's Edge, like I would have visited her all the time. But she's stuck over there on the wrong side of the map, and I don't go see Exodus a lot, fail safe. And she went kooky there for a while, and I never could get anything picked up correctly. And the public event with the big servitor that happens out in her courtyard, it would malfunction and you couldn't break the shield, and it would just count down even though you'd done everything to make it heroic.
Oh.
So I'm going to go here and just grab this public event map. I know that I can't take this into the strike with me, right? I can't take
Why?
this in.
Bless you.
Why not? What?
But I'm grabbing it anyway because
No, I
I'm going to
won't.
be using this weapon for the next bit. Because I have the catalyst. I have
Oh,
the
sign
catalyst. And I'm at 28%. So I'm going to need to get some kills with this. Now, I like this. This is Exodus Crash. It's a little bit longer. It's a good place for bows. And I think I did this off camera. Let's get this on camera. And who wants to go with me through the Exodus Crash? Because it's been a while. I don't get this a lot in rotations. In fact, the only one that I get a lot in rotations is the big O Scion down below. It's all mainly Cabal. There's a few Vex at the opening. That one comes up in rotation. But these other two, not so often. I have to think that maybe they are the least played. Havoc, you're welcome to join. Vol, you're welcome to. Vol's not on. I think he's just in chat. Is Speakeasy
No,
Bob
I'm here.
around?
He's logging
I'm
in.
here.
Oh, okay. Vol is here.
I think we may be too low. I'm not sure. He or Ransom doesn't really listen. Gotta say it several times.
Did you say something? I don't really listen.
Who is that? Who are you?
I don't really listen. I just saw
thanks,
somebody
Tyler.
briefly pop up that was called Wolf God. Does anyone know the names of the founders of Rome, the Roman Empire? I feel like that's a great question because Destiny is an empire. Who were the founders in mythology of the Roman Empire? Come on now. Don't be shy. I see Hexy has his emblem. I'm looking. Let's look at Brad. Is Brad wearing his? Brad's not in the game. But Hexy, Hackerman Hex, definitely this is the solo flawless emblem. And he's rocking it. He is rocking it. And I know
You
Brad.
think you're gonna come in here and dig, do you?
I know Brad got
Stop them, I
his.
wonder.
All right. Are you going, Havoc? Did you join?
I just turned on Final Fantasy 14, so give me a minute.
You're playing Final Fantasy 14.
Yes, I can
Is
have
that
my
the
go.
gang with the fancy car?
No, it's the flying chocobos.
Oh, the new one. Is that the new one?
No, it's the MMO version. So not really.
Uniquely Stellar, we're just going to run through. I'm going to finish the night up with this really just fun raid or strike. It's a strike. I'll send you an invite. You are welcome. You're welcome to join. It's
Patrick
nothing
was coming. He
major.
said
It's
he
just a
was
good
signing in.
time.
No, it's fine. No, I'm. It's fine. Go ahead.
Oh, he's on orbit. I just thought he was coming.
Oh, yes, but I'm on 2 different systems. I'm not on my computer right now, even though it says that I'm logged in.
All right. Uniquely Stellar is here. Vol, did you join?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, let's launch. Let's launch into this. We're taking down a trio. We're walking down the path of memory lane. We're going to hit it. This is the Exodus crash in the Arcadian Valley. And I really like it. I'm a fan of this. Not so much when it's on one of the really difficult, like Grandmaster versions. Because that final boss, ooh-wee, I mean, yeah. He's exactly what you would think a boss should be. Rough. He's rough. I'm just looking at weapons. I haven't used app Penance. I haven't used it at all. I don't think I've fired some of the newer weapons. I just don't even think I've taken a look at them. I kind of want... No, wait a minute. This uses green. I need to get away from the stuff that just is all green. Let's do this.
No, rotate.
Okay,
No.
I'm in here. Hey,
Hey.
everybody.
Oh,
Hey, Stellar, how are you tonight? Thank you so much for joining. We are live in 43 different countries. Thank you for hanging out, and congratulations on your dungeon completions. You did a fantastic job.
Thank you. It was so much fun. It was stressful, but it was so much fun.
You
looked
did
like y'all were
great. I
knocking
was
it out, yeah.
watching.
Yeah, I just because I want
So the
to,
phone
like I
cracked
want to
open
know
the
all the
Exodus
mechanics
Black.
and like, but
Fail
it's
safes on
hard
the
to
edge,
like when
smells
you watch
cranky.
videos and
Meanwhile, I'm over
then
here
when
thinking
anybody's
about how much
explaining it to
Golden
you,
Age tech
but
might be in
like
there.
I want to get in there
go
and do
time.
all of the things.
I appreciate your concern,
For
K
real?
Unit. Thank you,
For
Captain.
real.
I've marked a trail. of
Yeah,
our
Stellar,
forces to note
it's
their
good
movement.
to know it on your own.
Guardian. Operation Piccolo is
Oh,
yours.
she's not even in the same data center.
Because if you want to go into it and run it solo, you know, you have to use it. You have to know that knowledge. You have to be able to utilize it. I say that, and I never did solo. What was it? The Spire of the Watcher. I never did that one, Stellar, because I just following all those wires around drove me crazy. It felt like a puzzle to me, and puzzles, my brain freezes if I see a
set of
puzzle.
arc pulses. Coordinates marked.
I don't know that one, and I probably won't. I mean, I may try to do something on my own, but I just want to not hang back and do, like you don't want like all your friends doing all the work, and you're just like, oh, where's the chest?
That's totally how a ransom
Hey,
operates.
that's me.
Yeah. It's that can be a thing.
Well, remember now, in all fairness, I am talking with friends. You know, I have a lot of people. And chat, just so you know,
Okay, so
if
follow
for
what
some
battle
reason
wave.
I don't respond to a message, I'm not ignoring you. Sometimes they just go up too fast, or I'm focused, intent on gameplay. I'm not ignoring you. I just, miss it. I miss it. So don't be concerned about having to repeat a message to me, because I don't want to ignore you. It just happens because of the nature of the game and what I might be doing. Oh, look at this guy. See, here was the one. This was my tormentor. It's not the
Captain, may I
tormentors
speak
of
to you
today.
privately?
Yeah.
Don't mind me and Zavala. We'll just...
Boop. Cap, I cut the Vanguard link.
I hadn't
Too
been
many
in this
voices
place
for me to
forever.
focus. The Fallen
Val,
are
I was
wrecking
just
ships,
saying how I
damaging
didn't
my
think
surface
this
for
one
parts.
really loaded up that much anymore.
No, they did the Grandmaster several seasons ago with this, and I got so burnt out on with it. I never wanted to see it again.
Yeah,
The boss was so hard
because
to get back to get hiding the rafters.
We had to utilize cheese. We, just like you heard Vol say, we made it to the rafters. And I don't think Strand was a thing back in the day. When we get there, I will show you where it's at. Careful of the bombers here. These are popcorn bombers. They explode without the butter. There's no butter here. But it was a very difficult Grandmaster. But it's been a while. I think because there were so many complaints. People don't ultimately like the flow of this. There's something about it that people just don't warm up to. I like it. I don't like the boss room on Grandmaster, but it is doable if you utilize that cheesy area. I've even done it without the cheese,
I'll be
and
right back.
it was tough.
This machine, it's some kind of arc energy siphon.
That is Exodus Tech. If you care about Ghost, keep arc induction away from that machine.
Now remember, I have
Please care about
Devour.
Ghost.
We detailed this in a prior chat, and you have to get 3 takedowns, 3 full kills. And that will activate Devour and keep it active. It's really, the gun, I think maybe with a good build, although you're not dependent on the build, because the gun will activate, on its own. 3 kills, Devour, it's yours. Watch this guy run. He was creepy crawling toward me. I don't like how you're moving there, Mr. Vandal.
Barrier down.
I
I'm
got.
alive. The only gifts I ever
No.
asked for.
I did
My
get
crew used
I got
to give
another
me gifts,
the
but
strand
they've
bow
been dead for 500 years.
from Warlord,
Let's see what those darn
and
fallen
another
are up to,
like
huh?
a quest, but I'm gonna call it the wrong thing from Warlords, like finding the bones or something.
Yeah.
I don't. Is that how you unlock the exotic?
XO, how are you, buddy?
No, I
thank
think
you
it
for
drops
stopping
on it.
in.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
think there's a quest
For
to
the
give you
dungeon.
an exotic engram, but the actual gun itself, I think. is just
XO,
randomly
I
dropped.
played 41
Okay.
minutes on a
Let's
Yeah, I
grab
don't
them.
have it either.
on a keyboard
Yeah,
and
I got-
mouse. It was tragic. It was tragic, XO. But I'm trying to learn it, and I think I'm going to do 30 minutes every single day until I learn it.
I don't think I've done that dungeon maybe 2 or 3 times. I hadn't done it enough.
Yeah, I did get an engram. It's just a regular.
Yeah.
XO, what have you been up to, buddy? What have you been playing? I wanted to really go into Root of Nightmares. I feel like it's been, a week since I've been in there.
I want to do that again. I need that Rufus's Fury so bad.
Oh,
it's an
stellar.
auto
You,
rifle.
you need Rufus Fury. And I
Yeah.
think
I
the
do,
first
I need it.
encounter
Be
is
able to
dropping
craft that
all
thing.
the
Yeah.
weapons. I think Hexy told me that.
But I killed the feed. How
If
did
we
you do
had
that?
6 people, we'd go in because you could
I
get
came
something
from the vets
great.
for
Have you done
centuries.
that raid
You
at
were my
all?
cover. Now the
Yeah,
fallen
well, I
are
did
inside
it
my
with
ship,
you. I've done it
tearing
that one
apart.
time.
Okay, you did it with
What are you
us.
Ghost.
See, Chad, how
How
bad
you
my
holding up,
memory
buddy?
is. I don't remember who went through with us, the last time. But I do
Well,
like
we
Root of
decent enough.
Nightmares. And if we had, if we had 3 more people, we'd go in.
Yeah, I'll go in. I'm just making. Should I be a bard again? I feel like that is just the only thing I ever
Well, you do like
Anything that
music.
plays bard. I will probably be a bard. Cat's a bard though, or will be.
You are playing that online mass multi thing. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
You have
haven't
truly
even made my
gotten
character.
bored in there in your studio to be playing
haven't.
that.
I haven't made my character yet. No, I just haven't brought.
That's like
I didn't have
that's
any
like
friends.
$14 a month for that.
I don't have any friends.
You
Right,
could
so-
buy something good.
Yeah, entertainment for $14 a month.
Lights are out.
Oh,
Why did they
exotic.
divert all
I
the power
love
to
the
it?
heavy grenade launcher. Yes. I need to craft me a good one. I've had all those weapons for a while.
But I was getting close to being in the top 50 in rating for my bard before I quit. And that's something.
Is it?
It is.
What's the trophy for that?
I don't know. Bragging rights.
Oh,
Stronger
I
character,
see.
probably. I don't know. What's the trophy for
Oh
all
my
the
goodness.
revives you're trying to get, Ransom? Mm-hmm.
There's no trophy involved. There's just sheer joy and pride knowing that I beat you to the most revives. That's all there
You
is.
want?
What am I doing
You
to
have
her?
2,000 left, so good luck.
All right, I have Strand available. Don't shoot the last little popcorn down there, but let's take the others out because the floor.
Show them where the thing is, Ransom.
I am. I'm gonna jump up, try to strand it, maybe. All right. Is there any down here that's gonna try to toast me? I normally get right here and then jump up. Did that work for me? No, it didn't. That didn't work at all. But what I'm going to do, let's switch this out. Synthoceps, I love you, but you're competing with double grenades. That's what you're competing with.
Gonna start it yet, Ransom.
No, I'm not going to. Now I've changed my color shader and things are looking tragic. Let me get over here to this. We all know the better
What
you
is
look,
wrong with
the better
her?
you do. What was it? What? Yeah, here it was. Was it white sand? Maybe it was black
I
sand.
think it's that one.
No, it was none
I
of
don't know
these.
why she won't. I just can't.
We can pull you through if you want to, but it should be right there.
Yeah.
That one.
That red one. I don't know what it is. I just want warlocks to jump like titans. That's all I want.
Ah! Don't tell me they fixed that. Don't tell me that's
No.
been fixed.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find
Come
out.
down.
Exo
Oh my goodness.
crafted.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
need to craft one too. I'm sure there's a phenomenal
let's
build on
see.
that thing.
It's this way uniquely. If you come this way,
Exotic,
And then
did you
this
get
one.
all of them that you needed to get it crafted?
what?
oh, I'll wait.
It's that right there. It's her going up. It's
It-
up.
yeah.
Is the problem.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking they fixed this.
Huh.
Oh, wait a minute. Was it that
Where's
one
your
up
mobility
there?
at?
Maybe I was on the wrong one. It's been a while. It's been a while.
It's up 61.
Oh, that's higher than mine.
I know. I don't know what it is. It's just a thing. It's between. I can do everything
go.
else, but it's the jump up jumps. See?
All right, I've got to let this build. I think I tried to jump on the wrong one. I think it's the upper level. But maybe I can get back up in there. I used to be able to jump on top of this, like so.
Okay. I don't know.
And then I think it is the upper one. I am
Okay,
not
whatever,
believing
I'm
that.
just-
Holden,
I'm
did
just
they fix
crying while
that?
I'm
That
waiting.
that pushed
I don't
me
understand
back.
why. I
Maybe
just
they
can't do
fixed it. Exotic, now are you going to run all three of the Root of Nightmare weapons? Because I do like Rufus Fury. I love this thing. I keep mine with Reconstruction and Target Lock. I also like Michael's Reverence. I have Briar's Contempt in right now, but my grenade launcher is on another. It's on another character, and I need to make this. I need to make Briar's Contempt. I've just not.
There we
I've
go.
not done it. I've not done it.
You know, look what I did now. You put my.
But I know when you triple these, when you're using 3 of these weapons, you get this harmonic resonance. Multiple weapons from this set grant this weapon increased reload speed and handling. It
Gonna
also
be the
deals
hero today,
increased damage
clearly.
against Tormentors, Lucent Hive, and Guardians using their super. So I need to, I need to get that thing. Oh, okay. I mean, I feel like I want to jump over here and try it again. Oh man, it has totally been fixed. I think that was the right one. That's been fixed.
But you can't kill the raptors anymore.
Oh, Holden, I was just going to show everybody where it was at. I know there's no cheese needed on this thing, but it was going to be fun just to show where it was at. Maybe you can only do that inside,
I
the
think you can
bigger
only do
one.
it from the top and you jump out, can't you? I don't know.
I'm wanting to show everybody, we used to stand right up there.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
now
I'll
I
do
can't
it.
get up
Jumping's my
there. I've
specialty.
tried it several times and I can't get it. I'm going to try it one more time. One more time.
Well, you made it. Almost.
It won't
Everything's
let me
slippery.
stay. It's been fixed. It's been fixed, Holden. I can't stay up there. But let's show them what the light can do and get this thing on the road. I just hate that. The cheese is gone, but this is not on the list.
I don't think we're alone.
Thank goodness.
Holden, I spent 40 minutes on a mouse and keyboard tonight. And it wasn't, it was tragic. I mean, I need to confess it. It was absolutely tragic. But in my defense, I'm going to say this. The mouse and keyboard was not as bad, Holden, as I thought it was going to be. It never achieved that level. Well, maybe it did. But what I'm saying is, I'm not giving up. I'm not going to give up.
Yay, I got a free character transfer, so I don't actually have to start from the beginning.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
You're not going to play that for long.
That's why I paid for a month. Not several, just one. Calm down. Might not even play it for a whole week, we'll see. But it is kind of like the best MMO, I think, still, right now. Minus, I guess WoW has a lot of...
I
players,
thought
so-
you said flying chocobos, but maybe that's a new Final Fantasy.
That is? What are you talking about?
Well, isn't there a new Final Fantasy in the works?
It's probably already out, unless there's like another new one. They're probably remaking one. But there was a recent Final Fantasy that came out that did or did not get good reviews.
He's dead, you're not.
Oh, they're on
Can't
16
sneak up on
now.
us.
Oh, wait a minute. Exotic says
My
if
systems
anyone
have
in the
recovered.
clan
Have
needs
you
to
found any
guild
artifacts from the crew?
Conqueror
Any
titles,
burial
I'm
sites?
available.
Nothing
Okay,
but a fallen
Exotic.
fortress built out of
Yes,
old
I need to
college.
do this
sorry.
week's version.
That's okay.
I need to do
I
this
guess.
week's version.
No Golden Age ray guns?
No.
Oh,
A
that's
carpet
okay, I
tunnel in
guess.
my 40s,
Come
yeah,
on back,
all
Artie.
those,
Let's
mine,
keep us
yeah.
moving.
I hear you, Holden. I was trying. I'm going to show you what I had today. This is what I did my 41 minutes of penance with.
Just stick with controller. It's
My technical came in, and this is what they wrote down and said, here, use this. And technical is Havoc. It's Havoc, and a lot of the stuff's not even on there. But I didn't make it through the lost sector. I did the 1830 selectable lost sector. I didn't make it through. I fell over. But Exo, yes, I need to do one. Are you going to be playing tomorrow? Are you going to be playing tomorrow? Because I definitely need to do a couple of them.
I wouldn't have written anything down if I had known you were going to be upset about the lack of...
Oh, I'm just playing with you, Havoc. You know I'm not upset about that.
That's like the 5th time you've said something about it, so you are upset about it.
No, I'm not upset about that. I said I'm not upset about that. And I'm not. It's just something. How did we get in this again? It's just something to talk about.
Failsafe has been compromised. A band of Fallen touched down on Nessus and they've raided a secondary crash site for the Exodus Black.
But Holden, I'm with you. I wonder if there is, have they tested a controller that they think is better with a PC, but not the Xbox controller? I don't think I want to use an Xbox controller because I had a lot of difficulty with an Xbox controller. Really, I did. Now, let's see. I want to delete anything that gets in my postal service. Oh, K-Fizz, I did do 41 minutes on it. It was tough. It was tough. I wanted to do finishers, and I couldn't do any finishers. Tomorrow's Thursday. Tomorrow is Thursday. But Exo, I will need them all. I've done everything except this week's. The Razor Wolverine. Oh, that sounds like the way to go. I wonder if the new really high-end PlayStation is good. Because I've read that some of the parts are, you can change them out. They're not interchangeable, but they can be removed and new ones popped in.
Checking now.
All right, I'm going to take this out of here.
Transfer.
Oh, K-Fizz, you should have saw me on my mouse and keyboard. I was crazy town in there. I was absolutely crazy town. But I would want to remount my whole, my mouse. There's a lot of buttons on it. And I would definitely want to remap them. Just so. Because there's some things I would like to have the controller to do. That I think, I would be a much better gamer if I had it set up that way. Now, Stellar has never really had the opportunity to get a lot of the weapons from Root of Nightmares. Let's just see if anybody wants to join up. We could do that first section, and I think all the armor and weapons will fall from that first section, if I'm not mistaken. Now, it's barrier. I think it's barrier in there, and I'm using a sidearm. I've got double sidearms. Do I need... I probably should have put a shotgun in, or a fusion rifle. Let's pack a punch. Challenge for double rewards. And what was the challenge? I know we've done that before. But I don't remember. It's something about... I don't remember. Havoc, are you coming in? You're muted, buddy. You're muted.
Yeah, I was trying, but it says you're doing something. So.
We're flying there now. All right. Let's hang out when we land and then see who wants to come in. You have to kill the tormentors with the light buff. I love this thing. It's so beautiful. I love it for its beauty alone. It's just the color palette you know, it tantalizes the senses of beautiful colors, and I like that. I like it a lot.
This is
All
my
right.
Switch.
Now
Oh,
let's
no,
see. Havoc,
I'm
myself,
listening to Bob's
Stellar,
thing.
Vol.
I was like, oh, it's the last Switch. Why are we here?
Exo, you might not want to play again, Exo. I know you've done this a lot, but you're welcome to join. We need 2 more players. We don't have a lot of clanmates on right now. What's Seacon in? Ghost of the Deep. Oh, Seacon, you're tormenting yourself in there, buddy. You're tormenting yourself. Oh, Exo can do 1 or 2. Come on in, Exo. You know, we'll go for just 2 of this opening to see if, you know, some folks can round out their equipment selection on weapons and armor. And then, what's Speakeasy Bob doing? I feel like I've not played with Speakeasy Bob in a couple of days.
I don't know if he took a break too.
He's running the story right now, but
He might be playing
he was
Lethal
right.
Company. Lethal Company.
No, he's running a Destiny story mission.
Okay, let's see if Hackerman wants to come in with us.
Let me
Whoever
send
gets here
Speakeasy a
first. Whoever
message.
gets here first.
No, don't. We'll see what happens.
Or don't.
Well, I mean, it depends on how many invites Ransom just sent out. I was not watching.
I just sent 2. One to Speakeasy Bob and Hex, and I had planned on Exo because he said in chat he would run 1 or 2. And Nick Nottam says he would join, but he's about to eat dinner.
You don't need to
Get your meal time in. This raid will be here for years, probably
Food
years.
is not required.
All right, so 5. We need 1 more. We just need 1 more.
You want me to message
I need to
Bob real
figure
quick?
out how to skate.
I'm doing it now.
Oh, Hex joined. We got it. So we're good. We're good to go.
Uniquely, you would basically, are you on controller?
Yes.
You would have to go to your options and then turn on custom controller. It's like a custom. Instead of it saying default, you can switch to custom, and then you need to rekey. Oh wait, you're on a warlock. It may be different. For me, I had to rekey my air dash or whatever, and to just do a single button press activation instead of holding it down.
Oh,
So you might need to
binding
change. Yeah, you might need to. Yes, thank you. I couldn't think of the dang word. Yeah, you might need to change the binding on some of the keys, but controller, you should totally be able to. I say totally be able to easily do it, but it just also depends on how your bindings are. But after I had done my PlayStation bindings, all I had to do basically was slide my
Oh,
thumb.
join
from-
an ally.
Yeah, was slide my thumb from X to, or sorry,
Guardian down.
what are you on? PlayStation or Xbox?
Oh, I was
Yeah,
going to get the red
PS5.
boxes. We
Oh,
missed
then
it.
X to circle.
We're just
Okay.
We're
we're
only
just
doing this
playing
first, yeah.
involved, not
Oh.
to officially do it, just to see what we can get for Stellar.
Guardian down.
So I don't know that we're gonna do the whole thing.
So we're wiping.
Guardian down.
Okay.
Me and Hex will do the.
Okay, so it is the same. So it is okay. Chat saying you should absolutely do a 1 press dash instead of holding it.
Okay.
So yeah, and then once
I'm
you
gonna
get that
do
all
it.
set, then it should be easy to learn how to sword skate, because then you could just slide your fingers between the 2 buttons as you do your heavy attack, and it should sling you across the
Okay.
map. At least that's what it does for hunters. But
Holden,
probably
when you're
you wanna maybe
Holden,
talk
when
about
you were free at some point, come in and teach me how to sword skate. I know that you've got
Holden
mad
would
Yeah, I have-
skills.
be real good with that.
Got to do it. This warlock. I mean, because that would just solve all my jumping issues.
Yeah, a lot of them for sure.
Well,
I wish all the classes would. Well, I struggle with all the jumping except for the hunter, but the hunter is so squishy that I'm dead like 98% of the time, which is unfortunate. But so you're not alone in the whole jumping thing at all. Like if I wasn't on hunter, I would not be making any jumps
Absolutely, Exo. Exo and Holden are going to run and handle Tormentors, so we're free to take down the Cabal. And these are cloned Cabal, so, you know, rid yourself of all of these Cabal. Take out your aggressions here.
Sure.
Everybody rally the flag. Rally the flag.
Try not to touch the Tormentor at all.
Nobody touch the Tormentor. This will be a crisp, tasty run. Like a fine dessert from a 5-star restaurant.
So you don't
It's
want us
delicious.
shooting the tormentor.
No, you guys can just clear ads. That's all. Me and Hex do it.
All right. That's not the best words I've ever heard. I can run around and do finishers and have a party. We'll have a good time.
Just be careful with ignitions, because the Tormentor is going to be one shot all the time. So.
Now, you guys ran this today, just the two of you, over and over, right?
Yeah.
So we're in good hands. These are the good hands, people.
Oh, someone killed him.
Oh, man. Where was he?
Someone's using someone's using
Don't tell me it was me. I was using Michael's reverence.
It's probably a whirlwind.
Is it? It's not the Threadlings.
It would
No,
have been
someone's using
probably
like
my.
Void Warlock.
Oh.
Oh,
Nope.
boy.
No Void Warlock here. I'm on Stasis, but I ain't used that yet.
Guardian down.
We'll just do a normal then.
Guardian down.
It won't be changed unless you guys just want to die. Yeah, he died.
Hexy said wipe, so I was wiped.
Yeah.
Okay, why? All right. Do we need to load in a harder version?
No.
No, just try not to touch the Tormentor.
All right.
Like, at all. Because
Everybody leave the Tormentor alone. Stay away from the Tormentor. I know it's hard to resist when you see a big old enemy like that stomping across the battlefield, but we'll get that double loot. The double loot.
Double loot. What is?
That means 2 chests at the end of this
Challenge.
encounter.
They're trying to do the challenge while.
Oh. Okay.
I just walked. Just kidding.
Oh. Surprise.
Yeah.
I just love the way Rat King sounds.
Oh, are you using Rat King?
Yeah.
I need to pull out Fighting Lion, and I need to pull out Rat King.
Tormentor's online.
I just did other things when he's standing in the middle of a crowd.
Well, he's definitely cussing at us. You calm down, Mr. Tormentor.
He's chasing me. Whee.
Run, Vol, run! This will be one of the few encounters where we say, leave the Tormentor alone!
Right.
Man, will I ever be this fast? Maybe. I'm going to practice every day for 30 minutes.
Well, I'm on day 3, and it's definitely gotten a lot better.
You've been practicing too, Havoc, or you just on it full time?
I'm just on it full time. There's a lot to have to move the
Oh, I
controller.
hear you,
So y'all
Savala.
doing
It's
sign-offs
a-okay,
too?
buddy. You know, I hang out a lot in Destiny, so you get to, hang out with me some other times. It is all good.
Are we leaving the Scions alone too?
I think
No,
those
just
are
the
two to go
Tormentor.
for- It's just the Tormentor.
Okay.
But what about that little tidbit of information today where they basically said the Scorn, are like having their own agenda? Who's leading them? They keep naming, I guess it's Frickrel that was friend. He was friend to Uldren
Oh,
Sov.
my thing is not gonna stop that. Sorry. Oh, okay, no, he's still alive. Yeah, thick roll.
Alright, don't spawn the other Tormentor. We should be good now. Just kill ads.
So we basically need to leave the little Scions alone, right?
Yeah, you can leave them.
It's so tempting to slap little Scions. And voila! Double loot. Double loot. Double the fun. Double mint gun.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
All right, we can do one more. Have you guys got time for one more?
Yeah,
I do.
we'll do one more.
All right, let's do one more. We're going to go to space and come, right back into this because double loot.
Different. Oh, it's invigorating.
Frick rule called Uldren Daddy. Yeah. I remember one of those, something I saw about that. They were close. It was like, father, son, close. But today, just the whole Riven episode left me hollowed out. It really did.
Sad.
It was a sad state of affairs. Misunderstood. We didn't really know her, since she's been here, 4.5 years? Since Forsaken launched, we've had Riven and we didn't know a thing about her. And then for this to all be revealed to us. Oh, Holden says Uldren was either instrumental in creating the Scorn on behalf of Riven, or you just freed them from the prison of elders.
He made a witch to save his friend, which is what I thought kind of led to the creation of the Scorn. Thickroll, he made a witch to save Thickroll, and that's what led to the Scorn, I thought.
Lark, how are
Yeah,
you?
that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Lark,
Did you
I
not
saw you on Raid Report, and you've got over 1,000. Doesn't Lark have over 1,000 raid completions?
Yeah.
Lark,
and
you're an all-star.
They are.
I
in
think
the
Daddy
top.
Love and Lark are neck and neck with 1,300 and 1,400.
I don't know.
Plus on each one of you. And I don't remember, I think Lark was 1,389 or something like that. And then Daddy Love was maybe 1,400.
Fucking wipe.
We're wiping, okay?
Oh,
Holland says, I can't exactly remember, but Fickrell saw Aldrin as a father. So you think he was part of making them. I think there was something mentioned in the story about how he had a hand in it. But I think his hand was guided by the darkness or, you know, the witness.
What? Well,
I was asking, why do they wipe when they do that? Is it
well, we
something
needed a
that-
flag, I think.
You get a
I don't know.
flag.
Oh, I thought he
No-
was.
no one got
you
a
have
flag.
to do something to get the thing or something.
The Scorn, I think he should be called the Hubcap King. Because that little shield they carry around, it's a hubcap. And it's not, you know, an energy shield. It's actually a physical shield.
White.
You said
Guardian
white?
down.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, it's a white? All right.
that was my fault.
Guardian down. Guardian down.
Wow, Val, we lived down here for a minute,
I
half a
was kinda
minute,
shocked.
5 seconds.
Well, that's where we ran in, so I don't know why it was telling us to turn back. That didn't make any sense.
Just on a different server. That wasn't really loaded.
Maybe, yeah.
Aldrin was the one possibly who corrupted the ether so that it was dark ether.
Yeah, it said that's what it said in the Destinypedia, and I was watching because I missed all this stuff. I just started playing in September, so I watched this like 10-hour over a couple of days.
Oh,
but it was
yeah.
like a 10-hour
Bife has a
history.
great one.
Oh, yeah.
But it said during the Battle of Saturn, his Burn fighter was damaged and crashed on Mars, and over several years, like he was looking for his sister, but he was corrupted and manipulated by Riven when she acted like she was Mara, and she made him create the Scorn.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Hi, Laura. Going to bed. Have a good night, Laura.
Oh, Lark, have a good night. Thank you for coming to hang out with me. It's always good to see you. Lark's a student working on her thesis, and it's not one of those, home cooking. She's like super smart. Big Bang Theory smart.
Oh, what am I doing?
And I'm going to confess, I thought I was on fire with having 260 raids completed. But it turns out I am far down on that raid list. Far. I'm going to need equipment to climb that ranking.
Yeah, I thought I was higher too. I got nowhere near the clears.
And I have to think, like, what have I been doing all these years that I only have like 260 raids and over 100 of them are Deepstone Crypt? I guess what it was, here's what it was, okay? I think because Last Wish was daunting. Last Wish was daunting. I knew about the eyes. Ugh! I knew about the eyes in Last Wish and how difficult people had said it was. And I think that kept me away from doing Last Wish a lot. I really do.
We never had to do eyes when we ran it. What are you talking about?
I know. We didn't really start doing a lot of Last Wish until we found the foot cheese.
Oh, it's
But
pretty early,
I have done Last Wish twice the old-fashioned way by shooting her eyes out. And Holden, I think I was in there with you one of those times. And if you've not experienced that, I feel like everyone should really experience Last Wish in its full glory. You know, the full glory, shoot her eyes out.
You know, I haven't.
I definitely have not either. I'm not
Me
too
either,
worried
and I'm
about
okay.
eyes. Yeah, I don't really care about that.
It's a challenge just to get through it.
All right. Did anybody get something good? Stellar, did you get something good?
I got Friar's Contempt.
Oh, nice.
Holden says anything other than Riven legit makes me sad.
You'd be squalling around me.
Now, Holden, how does that work? Do we still just make a wish right to Riven? But I want to plan that with you, Holden. I want to plan that and get, a whole group that, really wants to do the eyes. Because we've been discussing it, Holden, for over a year, maybe 2
Ransom's
years.
been talking about it with himself. I don't know who he's talking about it with.
Oh, maybe I've just been discussing it in my mind. All right, let's run to the tower. We got 2 really fantastic clears on that, and they were fast. They were fast. Thank you for that, Exo and Hex. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
007, how are you? Hello. If you're just joining the live stream, I did at the beginning of the live stream put 40 minutes of time in on my mouse and keyboard, and I did better than I thought. I did not fully complete the 1830 selectable lost sector. They knocked me around a few times. Thank you, Hexy. Thank you, buddy. But I did have fun, and what I have told myself is Ransom, practice. Because ultimately, I'm going to be able to do this. I will, when I get this little mouse programmed where all those buttons do something, and I can get that kind of imprinted in my mind, I'll do a better job. Because what's really important to me, I love finishers. I'm a finisher fanatic. I really am crazy about doing finishers. And there's a few things I just want on my mouse for, near instant response time. But an exotic ornament for the hunter. Okay, Tess, look at me. Look, what do you see? I'm a Titan, girl. I'm a Titan. What you gave me won't even fit, but I'll take it. Tess, keep a watch on her. Now look at this. And I actually did get Caraxus Distress, which I really like. I need to go make one of these. I have all the weapons from the not Valve Disciple, but Root of Nightmares. I get those mixed up. 007 says PvP, I would always play with the controller, but in PvE, mouse and keyboard is good. Man, I tell you, they ate me up in that lost sector. That big barrier champion, she came for me. she came for me and she had the receipts, and I should have ran. I should have turned and run. In fact, Havoc was saying, run, run. And I should have run, but I didn't want to run. I wanted to punch her, but I couldn't figure out how to punch her. And I couldn't really figure out how to finish her in a timely manner. I have seen Guardians take this armor and utilize it. I've seen this armor. I've seen the look. K-Fizz has a look. Q has a look. There are a few Guardians that absolutely know how to work the look. Now, I've got 2 grenade launchers. But I'm going to say what I really wanted to do, I wanted to take a look at something that I revisit about every 6 months in this game. Claim reward. Okay. Claimed. About every 6 months in this year, or in this game, every 6 months or so, I go back and I look at the exotics and I say, what do I want to do here? Okay, well, one of them, definitely someone in chat told me this. They said, Ransom, try Final Warning. And I used Final Warning for about 10 minutes one day back when it was released. And then I noticed that Final Warning, I think it has an ability. Holding down the trigger marks targets within range and loads multiple bullets which fire in a burst with increased stability on trigger release. Hitting a marked target with a fully charged burst will unravel them. I really thought this would work on some of the champions. But it doesn't really say, does it?
It's not as good as Quicksilver.
Okay, and I like Quicksilver, Holden. You know, the 3 grenades, yeah, I'm a fan. But I really thought I had looked at this one point and it said something about it, but it doesn't. It doesn't say a thing about it.
It's maybe worth running with Sidearm Anti-Barrier this season, but I don't know.
Overall, a no.
I would take Rat King over Final Warning 1,000 times out of 1,000.
Yeah. I remember using it, Holden, and for some reason, I deleted it. I did not keep it. And then the other one, let's see, Fighting Lion. I revisited it, okay, and I'm going to tell you what ruined Fighting Lion for my playing style was the bouncy grenades, the delayed detonation, and the bouncy grenade. If they would just give us a sticky grenade. Let this thing fire a sticky grenade, and I am going to be all over it. But the grenades bounce, and they have a delayed detonation. Now, there are some Guardians out there, you know who you are, that can make this sing. This will sing songs of triumph in the proper Guardian's hands. And I just heard today from a friend that this thing was an absolute takedown monster inside of PvP. And I do have the Catalyst. Let's see. I don't even know what the Catalyst upgrades this weapon to a masterwork. Increase.
With
Go ahead,
any
Holden.
grenade
You know.
launcher, with any grenade launcher that bounces, the reason that people generally hate them is because they don't understand how they work. You have to hold the trigger down or hold your mouse button down long enough for it to get past the no detonation time at the beginning,
And then release
you
and
let
it
go.
explodes.
You let go to detonate.
Yeah.
So if you just click the mouse or you just pull the trigger and you fire it, it's just gonna bounce and then detonate when its full travel time is gone. Whereas if you hold it and then release, as long as you're far enough away from your target, you can time it to detonate like right in their face.
And you have to have some precision about you, because you need to like aim this to where you want it to land. You're holding that trigger in. It's going to do the bounce, hopefully toward your intended target, and then you release and it explodes on them. It takes a little bit more skill, doesn't it, Holden?
It's an art form.
Yeah, it is. And I have tried to love it. And for the reasons of having to like do all that, and then it usually bounces where I didn't want it to bounce. I deleted and haven't pulled it back out, but I feel like I need to revisit it. And I often look at Lord of Wolves because there was a time very long ago that I absolutely loved this weapon. I couldn't get enough of it. I kept it. I used it all the time. It burned everything that stepped in front of you. And I was a huge fan. You know, is it time to revisit Lord of Wolves? I don't know. But I know
I
fighting...
like it.
You like it, Stellar?
I do.
Yeah, I mean, I religiously, left the tower with this thing in my possession. It's like Tommy's matchbook. There was a time when I would carry Tommy's matchbook. Okay, like 3 months worth of time, 4 months worth of time. And I used it always with the Lorelei Splendor helm. And I could just incinerate everything around me, just burn them down. And it was so much fun. I mean, I just like, give me Tommy's matchbook. Give me Tommy's matchbook. Where is it? Where's Tommy's matchbook? Because it's one of those weapons that it will sing to you. Tommy's matchbook will sing to you if you had the right setup. And I think it's still possible to allow Tommy's matchbook to shine. Here it is. I know I have an ornament that makes mine look darker, and I never can, just pull it out here easily. But it's a phenomenal weapon. I have the catalyst. While the ignition trigger is active, your health recovers more quickly, and sustained fire scorches your target. Man, oh man. I feel like I need to revisit Tommy's matchbook after it being away for a while. The Manticore, which one is it that makes you float? Manticore?
Yeah, yes, and I want that.
No, you don't. You'll hate it.
Save that till the
don't.
very last. Isn't Manticore
Well,
still gettable
what
in the
about-
game, though?
Oh,
It's
respawn.
bad.
Where'd it go?
It's bad.
Yeah, it's just no good.
Now,
Good.
wait a minute. It is a Viced, and Viced highlights targets, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
I
It's
think
just-
Viced. I think if you see the Viced label over on the left-hand side of your screen, it's going to highlight. It puts like a red border and a highlight on your target. But Stellar.
You don't want it.
I mean,
That's
we're all
a-
going to
I
pull
don't.
you to the side and have a talk. We're going to have a talk.
It
just sounds
needs
fun.
damage resistance. It needs damage resistance while airborne, or else it will always be bad, because when you're floating with an SMG, you're just such an easy target to everything.
True.
Oh,
What is
it
the
puts
other
you
one?
in the air and turns you into a target for everything within a 100-mile radius.
Yeah.
I
it's
mean,
really
you
good.
Yeah,
will
we don't
have
need that.
scions on the next map over shooting at you because this thing puts a target on you. I wish it wasn't the case, because I wanted to love it. I feel like I often envisioned the Manticore being utilized by warlocks with that beautiful exotic that has like the wings. It has like a mothy butterfly look.
Wings of Sacred Dawn.
Yeah, where is that? Because that thing, I mean,
If it,
I ran to get this. I don't remember where it even came from, but I remember just wanting this so bad. I feel like this really had an influence from some of the Final Fantasy. It just, wow. I mean, it's got that feel. If you were a wealthy baron living inside of a golden age, wouldn't you wear this to a costume party? Absolutely. Give me this thing. And then it holds you in the air. And I've seen some of the battlefield warlocks that seem to do well with this thing. But wouldn't this pair with that weapon we were just speaking of?
How was I able to?
There's not much reason to overlap them. Wings of Sacred Dawn is good for the surprise factor. Once you know that a warlock is using Wings of Sacred Dawn, if you just pull out Wish Ender and just wait for them to go up in the sky and shoot them out of the sky with it, it counters it pretty well. The benefit of Wings of Sacred Dawn is that you get like no airborne aim penalty, so it's good for like sniping people out of the sky quickly.
Yes, and that's what they use it for, isn't it, Holden? To get you while they're up in the sky. And then
or scout rifle. Go ahead.
I was, listening to some content creators today, and they had mentioned Quicksilver Storm. I have Quicksilver Storm on me. And this is like something I didn't know. They said don't equip the catalyst and it will remain, just strictly a kinetic weapon. Because with the catalyst, it becomes strand. But if you don't equip that catalyst, you're going to get that just plain kinetic weapon bonus. And would that come into play? I remember going into some content and it says kinetic weapon, they get that damage bonus. Have you read about that, Holden? How they're taking the catalyst off of Quicksilver Storm?
So the gun started out as kinetic and then became strand when Lightfall came out. It is true that it does more damage with the kinetic version, but it has less synergy with strand with just the kinetic version. So if you go into collections, I'm going to try it out right now. If I go into collections and I go to Quicksilver, where is it? Right here. So if you pull a Quicksilver Storm, it doesn't automatically apply the catalyst, so you can apply the catalyst at your leisure.
So you could keep it kinetic. You could keep it kinetic.
You could, or you could apply the catalyst and then just pull a new one and infuse that one up with the one that has the catalyst on it and not apply the catalyst.
But now you give up the 3 rockets that way without the catalyst, right?
You don't give up the grenades. You give up the final blows with the grenades creating tangles.
Right.
So it still has the grenades. But the thing is that exotic primaries already do 40% more damage to anything that's not a boss than legendaries do. So the 10% extra that kinetics get intrinsically is not that much more of a powerhouse over strand. So basically, if you run it with kinetic, you're getting 50% more damage, maybe a little bit more. If you run it as strand, you're getting 40% more damage over a legendary. Now, if the let's say the overload, the overcharge on the activity that you're running is strand solar, which it often is this season. If you're running a strand or solar subclass, your Quicksilver Storm is going to get buffed 25% either way, either because it's a kinetic weapon while your subclass matches the overcharge, or because it's a strand weapon while strand is the overcharge. Now, if you were to run Quicksilver Storm on a solar subclass, and you had strand solar as the overcharge, the kinetic weapon would not be buffed to 25%, but the strand version would be buffed 25%. So it's very nuanced, the argument for whether or not you apply the catalyst, and it really depends on the situation and the activity and what you're running.
Right. So, I guess you if you were interested in going that route, you need to go out and test it in the battlefield and just, make your decision. Is it worth it to me to give up that catalyst? But they also mentioned a couple of other weapons that were, really exciting. I know they mentioned the Huckleberry But there was another one. What's the submachine gun that does the arc?
I thought they were talking about Osteostriga.
Well, they did talk about Osteostriga, but they talked about, I want to say the Huckleberry, but now let me look at the Huckleberry.
Risk runner.
Oh, Risk Runner. Was it Risk Runner? Let me look. Huckleberry
What is an
says
SMG? Is that
increased rate of fire and recoil while you're holding down the trigger, reload a portion of the magazine.
I think I screwed up my wrist.
Okay,
The best thing about Huckleberry is the fact that it's OG Rampage. So
that's it. The Rampage. The deal that it does with Rampage, Holden, is a lot stronger than normal Rampage.
That's correct.
Yeah. But that doesn't really, we don't really know that. Like, you have to be in the know to know that. How did they find that stuff out? Just testing in the field?
Well, Rampage was the way that it was. The way that Rampage works on Huckleberry, the bonus damage that you get is how Rampage was at the beginning. And then when they nerfed Rampage, they said we're going to keep Rampage at the same higher damage stats on Huckleberry. So you would have to, it's just one of those things that, like, isn't it called Stampede instead of Rampage?
No, it says Rampage. Sure. It says Rampage. I have it open right now.
You have it open? Let me look at your stream.
Yeah, Rampage. And Nodum says it's the pre-nerfed Rampage.
Yeah, pre-nerfed Rampage. So it's one of those things that, so if you highlight Ride the Bull, the perk, the intrinsic perk at the bottom.
Increased rate of fire.
Kills with this weapon, reload a portion of the magazine. Does that say anything about the... When you hover over the icon? Oh, it doesn't have any intrinsic information.
No, there's nothing there.
So here's what I would recommend. Okay, and this is why I have a command in my chat that's !dim, and it says, if you are not using dim, you're wasting so much time. But I should addend it. I should add to that. I should append to that the fact that you're also wasting so much knowledge, because if you go into dim and you hover over any exotic weapon, any armor piece, any perk, there's a little box called Community Insight that will give you way more information about how that perk works, exact damage numbers, damage percentages. If you go to D2 Foundry and you go to, like, build a custom weapon, you can look at, like, the exact duration of a reload to, like, the 100th of a second. There's all this information that's been provided to the community through the API and tools that have been built, that people who don't go out and seek it just don't know or have to do their own testing.
I need to get like a shortcut to dim. I have it on my system, and I
you
need
literally
to just...
are on a computer. You don't, you don't
Oh,
even need a shortcut.
What's that? Have it?
You can just open up DestinyItemManager.com, and then you can right-click on the website icon, and you can put pin to taskbar, and you can have, like, Chrome open up just dim as a window, like it's an application on your computer.
That's I need to put it on the taskbar down at the bottom, I guess, and be able to pull it up quickly.
I have a 2-monitor setup, and I run Destiny in windowed full screen so that I can alt tab to Discord or to dim whenever I want, and you can just have it, like, you can have it always accessible.
Yeah. And what give it any other, just give us another one that you might think, what's something else, Holden, that you think people really might have overlooked? Is there something else that maybe they would have overlooked?
Well, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I mean, there are documents that, like, show all of the ways that, like, buffs and debuffs work together and stuff like that are maintained by some community members, but those are really more for optimizing for, like, day one raids than anything.
Right.
But they can be helpful to anybody. The thing that I came in here was to to ask if Stellar uses Icarus Dash and if she would like to learn how to like chain a jump into it or a burst into a dash to be able to move faster on Warlock, because I heard or saw y'all talking about that in chat, and it was an absolute game changer for me. This guy, what's his name? Anyways, the streamer that showed me how to do it through a video of theirs, I immediately went and like tipped him $20. I was like, holy crap, you just changed my experience. And also, Ransom, you said you wanted to learn how to sword fly.
Yes.
Do you want to hop into a Mayhem game so that you have unlimited ability charge and stuff like that, and I can?
Yes, Holden, I do, but I want to do it when I'm fresh because it's after midnight. Yes, I do.
Yeah, time zones.
And Holden, you know what else I want to do? Everybody in chat, definitely keep this in mind. This weekend, Mayhem is in town. Let me just double check and make sure. I think you checked it, Havoc, and said it was here. Let me look. Indeed, Mayhem is in town. This weekend, I want us to go in pre-planned in groups. I want to go in with 6 Warlocks, and we're gonna run through Osmiomancies. Yes, all 6 Warlocks on Osmiomancy. If you want to be part of the team, be sure you've got Osmiomancies. I want to do a team of 6 Hunters. I want to do a team of 6 Titans. And then I want to do a mix and match where we're utilizing certain skill sets that come with the character you're playing. For example, we used to run a Tether Hunter with a Well of Radiance and a Bubble Titan. And we had a blast in Mayhem just doing those pre-planned, hey, this is what you're going to wear. This is, let's all get to this place and have a good time. And then, it gives people freedom also to go out and take down the enemies. But this weekend, look for that, and we'll try to make an announcement in Discord because I would love for you guys to join us. We'll do Mayhem. Several hours of Mayhem just trying out different builds, and you heard Holden say it's an excellent spot to learn how to what kind of skating is it when you use the sword?
Okay, so what I was saying was we would go into a private match.
Oh, private match.
Just to be able to, because if you go into private Mayhem and you set the super regeneration to 3 seconds, which is the lowest that you can set it to, then you can run around and pick up heavy for your Eager Edge Sword, and whether you're on a Warlock or on a Stasis Hunter, you can learn how to well skate or shatter skate in various places, and then you don't, like if you accidentally use your super, it's fine. There's nuance to that, but I was just going to teach you how to use Eager Edge skate.
Oh, I am.
At first,
Eager Edge is with the sword.
It's with the sword. So what you have to do is, like, when you pull Eager Edge out, you get 1.8 seconds, I think, without enhanced Eager Edge, 2 seconds with enhanced Eager Edge, or maybe it's like 1 and 1.5. And so what you have to do is basically just like while you're midair, you switch to your heavy weapon, to your sword, and then you hit your melee like swipe to lunge forward, and before you lose the momentum of that melee swipe, you have to swap off of your sword by hitting triangle again on a PlayStation controller, and then you'll be able to like hit a jump and you'll carry all the momentum forward. That's when you see people like doing basic quick Eager Edge movement around, but then well skating and shatter skating is a different beast, and that's best practiced
all right, now Holden, when we can get together, you bring your patience, I'll bring my sword, and we'll go in and I'll learn this thing. I will learn it.
Yeah.
Chat says let's mention Lumina. Mention Lumina.
Just real quick, I'm sorry, Ransom.
That's
Because
okay.
I
you're
do
fine.
have to leave, but I absolutely do, Holden, I do use Icarus Dash on my
Okay.
solar for sure, and I have Eager Edge, and I do want to. But I do also want to thank you because while you were just sitting here talking a minute ago, because I love the Quicksilver Storm, but I
Yeah,
find myself
good
not
one.
using it, and I want to migrate more towards like just kinetic. So I reacquired one and then put it back up to 1810, and I'm gonna leave it as is and just have both with me so that I can run it with when I'm not on strand. So that's brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna try and find the video that teaches how to chain the thing. I just have to remember what the streamer's name was. I can't remember it right now. But I'll send you a message and then I'll send you that video in a bit.
Okay, I
if I can
appreciate
find
it.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm gonna go ahead and take off, and I'm gonna go pick up my husband. But thank you,
Thank you,
all
Stellar.
of you
It's
so
always it was
much.
great to see your gameplay with Brad this evening. Thank you for playing with
Thank
us in
you.
Root of Nightmares.
Yes, thank you. I had so much fun.
Open restore.
Good night.
Good night.
No.
Good
Savala
night.
says the
Thank
easiest
you.
skating techniques are shatter skating and well skating. The medium tier is bubble skating. The hard is slip well skating or slip shatter skating.
Yeah,
The
slip
hardest
skate,
is
don't you
pixel
have to
skating.
macro?
Savala, that scares me. There's so many skatings there. I just want to slightly increase my mobility for something like Crota's End. I think that would be a blast to get through there a lot faster.
Once you get the muscle memory down of like swapping to your Eager Edge sword, lunging forward, and then swapping off your Eager Edge sword before the momentum is lost, so that you can carry it, it completely opens up the game for you, and it'll make you want to run Eager Edge sword a lot more. It'll also allow you to experience the joy of having your momentum like tracked to an enemy that's not even on your screen, so that you can curse Bungie's name for making the tracking so awful.
Thank you.
And yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
well, just the tracking sometimes can be so, inconvenient, Holden. I mean, I have seen times where tracking, it's like, why doesn't this track this well when I'm really, trying to get an enemy, and then just out of the blue, tracking takes over. Specifically, running through the swinging lantern section of Crota's End, swords will track to one of those, abyss, the holes in the ground. It's incredible how strong tracking is in there.
Mouse and keyboard players usually can just quickly like look up in the sky and Eager Edge forward, and that way it won't track anything on your left or right or in front of you. But it's a lot harder to do that on controller to like look vertically quickly to Eager it correctly.
All right, guys, you've heard it here. We've talked about it. It's always a pleasure for me to get in the game and be able to chat about the little things that can mean a whole lot. The little things, they add up and they can be the difference between, winning or losing. So it's knowledge. Knowledge is power. We know that. The content creators out there that put all this stuff together and put it into video form for us to learn by, thank you. And I can't remember whose video I was watching today about all the little hidden parts of exotic weapons that are so phenomenal. And they touched on several. Osteostriga was touched on, and just several others. But use the videos as a resource, because knowledge is power. And if you're knowledgeable inside of this game, it can be the difference between a win or a lose. But remember, be good to one another, get those revives, and have fun inside the game. Have fun. I want to go through a couple of raids, and I appreciate Stellar, each and every one of you in chat. Thank you to Holden for coming in and making that phenomenal offer to give Stellar some training. It's important. It's important. And I'm glad to say that I'm learning every single day inside of this game. And that's why it never really seems dull to me. Well, except the Red War. And that everything else, I'm loving it. I'm Ransom Rider. This is my favorite game, Destiny 2. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Bye. Bye.
Bye.